A new tasks feature has just been released for ChatGPT, and honestly, the reactions are a little bit mixed. You've got anything from your AI tech bros saying something like, "This technology is going to revolutionize everything," to skeptics who say, "Yeah, no big deal. This is basically just scheduling or reminders that I've had access to for a long time." But what I think is more important is not the actual feature itself, but some of the implications of where the technology is going. To get started with this, you can click the models up at the top, and you'll be able to choose this ChatGPT 4.0 with scheduled tasks. Now, you could use this for more consumer tasks. You could create reminders for yourself, give it a time and a date. Let's run this. And you can see it's created a task for ourselves that weekly at 7 a.m. Now it's going to send us a notification about this task. You'll see a prompt that'll allow you to turn on notifications as well. Or you might have it reference your other conversations that you have with ChatGPT. So if I'm working on some project, I want it to have it send me a summary every day at 5 p.m. Or you might want to have it remind you about some upcoming event that's a ways out. Or maybe you want to tap into its web capabilities and have it extract what's happening around in the news and send you a digest. Now, with these use cases, it's important to note that there are some limitations. For example, it's not going to support voice chats, file uploads, or GPTs. That means it's actually kind of restrictive. We don't really have the ability to do that many automated tasks just within the platform itself without reaching out to other systems. Now, if we need to refer back to these notifications at any time, we can click on our avatar in the upper right-hand corner and then click on Tasks. And you can see this provides kind of a nice list UI to be able to manage the notifications themselves. So for example, I could click and edit this, and here's where we could change the name of it. We could give it some instructions here to be able to help it process as you would anytime you're using an LLM. And we can change the recurrence of this, if it's daily or maybe it's monthly or a certain time of year and the specific time. Now for your notification preferences, you can come up here and go down to your settings, click on notifications, and here's where you can toggle on if you want push and email notifications. Now, really, the notification part of this isn't that exciting. It's simply just an email or a push notification saying, yep, I did what you told me to do, and here's a link which will open up back in ChatGPT. So now if you think about what this is actually doing under the hood, we've got the LLM functionality, which we can do some interesting things. We can do some summarization and talk about previous conversations. We can look out to the web to be able to pull information back. But again, remember, you don't have access to GPTs, so you're not making external API calls. The new part here is that you've got this schedule or cron job that's actually kicking off this process rather than relying on you, the human, to have to manually initiate that input. And then finally, it's got the notification itself. So you don't have to configure this. It's just got push notifications and email based on when you're logged into the application itself. So this is where, if you think about it, the functionality is really not that novel. It's pretty much components that we've had access to in the past. This is stuff that you could do with Zapier if you wanted to. And this is nowhere near anything agentic. It doesn't have agency. It's not doing it by itself. You simply told it to schedule this task, and it scheduled that task. But I do think this is kind of interesting from a couple perspectives. One is we actually have a UI that's built around a feature, around tasks. Not everything is just in a chat interface. And if you consider other features that are being built, such as being able to have a GPT control your computer or control a browser for automation, and now you imagine that layered in, or you think about the different integrations that you could have. As long as we can eventually tie into APIs or our custom GPTs, now you're starting to see a framework that's coming together where it seems like they're starting to dip their toes a little bit into what agents could become in the future. So what do you think? Are you in the camp that's a diehard saying, yes, this is going to change everything? Or do you find yourself a little bit skeptical of what this technology provides? I'd be interested to hear it.